This episode of the Coastal Noise Podcast is brought to you by the Mississippi Juke Joint in Ocean Springs. Today on the show we have Rosco Bandana's Jason Sanford and Emily Sholes, and we had a great conversation that we just wrapped up on here. Talk about all kinds of cool little news articles and what they've been doing in their musical careers. If you want to hear more podcasts, you can go to coastalnoise.com, go to the podcast page, and stream it or download it to your computer or your smartphone, anything like that. We recently did podcasts with Crest Live's Nick Quave and Chase Taylor, and country singer-songwriter Leonard Bentz. And if you go to the music page, you can see the dates for the D'Iberville Crawfish Festival, which is going to start on May 10th. It's Saturday, and me and Danielle Lynn will be performing right around 1 o'clock. So we'd like to encourage everybody to come out and support a good cause. It's for a charity event. And so yeah, there you have it. We'll go ahead and get started with the episode. This is Coastal Noise Podcast, episode 31. Enjoy. Hey.
It's one of the things I like about being in the studio is that, it's just cool to hear yourself in headphones.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah. The magic of radio. You can definitely feel it with this kind of thing, too.
Uh-huh.
Distraction-free stuff.
Yeah.
Having the internet right here and using it only to, look up information to kind of, progress the conversation. Or
right.
Cat videos. Those are important, too.
Very important.
So, you got to have a good, healthy balance.
Absolutely.
Makes me want to talk like this.
Get in your
Makes
deep
me want to
tone.
get sultry.
Very nice. With us being sick right now, it's kind of easy.
Yeah. Well, this weather isn't helping out any, I'm sure. It was way worse than I actually realized. I read last night that, the pollen, for sure. 4 tornadoes in Cumberland, Craven, Jones, Edgecombe, and
speaking of that,
counties of North Carolina, and reported funnels all over Mississippi and Florida. One guy apparently drowned in a flood in Florida yesterday.
I don't know how this is some pictures that I took on Sunday. And you can scroll to the right, I believe. And
whoa.
Yeah, check it out. Keep on scrolling and see how many of those suckers you can find. There's but those are HAARP generated, and they're pulsating in the storm.
That is interesting.
And I was up at 12 o'clock at night, and I was like, I wonder how this storm's looking,
That's nuts.
And you see them all?
Yeah. What I'm looking at right now is a bunch of pictures of Mississippi and Alabama, and there's a bunch of weird circular openings in the weather patterns, and in the middle, smack in the middle of a lot of them, there's a little substorm, what an eye would be. It looks like a real eye, but instead of the eye being calm, there's a little tiny storm.
Uh-huh.
Can you imagine being the people that were in that little?
Dude,
little spot?
Yeah. I've heard 12 people died from tornadoes in Mississippi.
I heard 37.
Oh, yeah. The
casualties.
count is huge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I guess I was late.
Did you know a tornado watch has spread to almost a quarter of the U.S. last night?
What?
Yeah.
See, that's just ridiculous, man.
And the Weather Channel said 75 million people were at risk for severe weather.
That's amazing. I mean, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's absurd. But to see those little circles on the radar, and I was just like, what? I was like, this doesn't make any sense. There's absolutely no way that a natural weather pattern can make that. It's a perfect circle, So, I don't know. Thought I'd show you that. That's a whole.
Are you sure it's
wax.
perfect?
Well,
did anybody go out and measure those?
It looks pretty perfect.
It's a whole other jar of gumballs.
Mobile got 8.9 inches of rain yesterday, and it was one of the wettest days they've had in over 140 years.
That's insane.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of strange.
More than 50 tornadoes on Monday. Is it global warming? Is that what this is?
It can be. You can call it whatever you want to, I guess.
It's the man.
You know?
Government's responsible. Well, another thing that if global warming is true, there's maybe another factor on the table. NASA's been watching this giant glacier that's the size of Chicago that's breaking off the Antarctica right now. It's called B13.
Yeah.
And 255 square miles and 500 meters thick. And it could increase the water levels by up to like 1.5 meters.
That's insane.
So,
well, I guess we better start.
I'm kind of glad NASA's doing something still, you know?
Right.
Like, I feel like they got laid off or something, which is not a pleasant thing to think about.
No.
If our space teams are getting laid off, like, what does that say for us?
Why do you think it's the size of Chicago? Do you think we should look at the political figures in Chicago? Do you think it's something?
Some kind of connection there.
Yeah. Did anybody go out and measure that one either? We're just all making assumptions here.
Right.
The biggest one ever, though, biggest iceberg ever was B15. They get real creative.
With the names.
It was 4,250 square miles. It was almost the size of Jamaica. And it broke off of the Antarctica in March of 2000.
What happened when it broke off?
I tried to catch a leaf. I failed miserably. What happened? Probably not shit.
Yeah.
Some fish had to evolve and swim to different parts of, I don't know.
It just got really cold here.
I think I'll move. This is what the scientists have been warning us for years.
Yeah.
This is global warming. Fish move around. As if they didn't already do that already.
Right.
Well, I've got some music-related news articles if you guys be interested in hearing some of that.
Yes.
Did y'all hear the Biloxi skate park is going to become a sound studio?
What?
Yeah.
No.
They're shutting it down, and they're going to make a
I mean, it's
sound
sad
studio.
that they're shutting it down, but, I mean, on the music front, that could be good.
Yeah, for films and all that stuff.
For films.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. Could be
It is
music
huge.
and films and all that.
Do you know who's heading that up?
I've been looking, trying to figure out who it is, but... What?
I'm gonna burn things tonight.
Son, you don't want to know. I don't know, man. I'm just a customer. I don't have the matches.
Do you know him?
No clue who that is.
That's awesome.
You gonna burn anything tonight?
Y'all gonna burn anything tonight? That's like one of those moments in life where it's just like, wish I could put it in a bottle and watch it later.
Save it. Yeah.
Well, guess what? Bam, there it is.
there it
It's
is.
recorded, yeah. We've got it forever.
So,
Good deal.
where are the roller derby girls gonna go?
Good question. They were the ones, I read the article in the Sun Herald, and they were the ones who were probably least happy about it.
Yeah.
I imagine so.
That's a big deal.
I mean, that was their practice place, right? Or is that where they held it?
I think it was their practice place.
Okay.
But I mean, where else would they hold it, though? So it's probably both,
True,
right?
Probably both.
Yeah.
That's a
But-
shame.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you don't give outlets to kids who are trying to express themselves creatively, they'll go out and do drugs and commit crimes. What are the roller derby girls going to do?
Right?
That could
That's
go
scary.
terrible. Like, you thought the severe weather was bad for us these past couple days? Whew.
Oh, man.
Well, look out.
Just
Roller
wait.
derby girls on strike. They're scary sometimes.
Here's one article I've been following for a couple months. Have y'all been following Neil Young's Pono player?
No.
No.
No? Oh
all
my
about?
God! Let me tell you, Neil Young is making this little. It's like an MP3 device, and he's calling it the Pono player. Pono is Hawaiian for awesome, and he's making a digital music player that is going to be the highest quality of sound output, way better than MP3, of course, but supposed to be better than CD. And may be on par with vinyl or surpass vinyl, all this kind of stuff. So, and he's been promoting it I've started following this back, it seems like almost a year ago. And he put it up on Kickstarter and tried to raise $800,000 to take it off. Well, he beat that in the first day. And then he still had a couple months to go on it. So, He
That's
raised, it just ended recently, and he raised $6.2 million for the Pono player,
dang.
the third biggest in Kickstarter history.
Okay,
Holy
Neil.
cow.
Look at him go.
Good
Yeah.
job, Neil.
Yeah. Very proud of our boy Neil.
Yes.
It delivers sound in 24-bit and 192 kilohertz, and it's going to run about $400, which is about the same as an iPod Touch. And Pono albums from the website is going to be about $15 to $25. And
So is that a different type of recording? Are they recording it differently?
I don't know. They said it's the same quality as what you're going to get in a major studio, like when they record.
Right. So what's the difference? Is there different frequencies it's picking up?
I guess it's just, I would hope it's just zero compression, like you get an
Just
MP3
raw.
format and it's down here in compression,
Right.
CD and all this stuff. But I don't know. I don't even know what the MP3 or CD sound standard is. Like,
Right.
You
Me
know,
neither.
this one 24-bit, 192 kilohertz. I don't know what that is. I'm just saying numbers
Right.
that people told me about. So
Sounds legit.
sounds accurate.
Yes.
Yes.
Once again, we're measuring nothing. You think we can measure audio stuff? We can't even measure physical stuff.
Yeah.
Granted, storms and glaciers are pretty big, but
Right.
but he said most major record companies are on board with it, so they're going to start producing for
Well, if
for
that's
that
the case,
format.
then it must be really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
huge.
It's
That's
Pono.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited
Pono.
about it
I'm
because
gonna start using it.
if you had if you signed up beforehand, like if you made a contribution, you could have gotten like $100 off the first order of them.
Nice.
And I tried to go on there, but they were already like people were so supportive of it. It just like filled up so quickly.
Yeah, I guess it helped
So.
that he was Neil Young, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's got if you go to the website that he has a video, and it's like 10 minutes long of like 5 and 10 second clips of like every artist. It seems like there was Jack Johnson, Rick Rubin, Flea, the Beastie Boys, Sting, Tom Petty, Mumford and Sons. I mean, just on, and it's all them for the first time after they hear the Pono player, whether it's in their car or on headphones and all this. It's their first reaction to it.
Wow.
And all of them are like, this is fantastic.
That's awesome.
So
That's beautiful.
I'm super stoked
I
about
wonder
it.
if we do a Neil Young cover. I wonder if we sent him a cover that he would take mercy on us and send us a
Do a little
Pono.
discount.
Yeah, do a little tradesy.
You better hurry up, because I'm sure tons of musicians are wondering the same thing right now.
We're just a
Yeah,
little
try
old man
it
from
out.
Mississippi. Take mercy on us.
Got us some slack.
Yeah. You're not too busy, right?
No.
I read some of your book.
I heard his
good,
book's
too.
pretty good.
It was
What is
good.
it? Horse? Crazy? No,
Mhm.
Crazy Horse?
Crazy Horse?
I
I think
so.
that's what it's called. I don't want to say that. I don't want to
Okay.
mark that.
Yeah.
I was about to say Crazy Heart, but that's the movie with
Yeah.
the dude.
With that chick.
Yeah, what's his?
And that tree is in it somewhere.
I always get disappointed when I forget the dude. Jeff Bridges.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. He's
yeah.
fantastic.
My dad really likes his book.
The Neil Young one.
The Neil Young book, yeah.
Neato.
Not the Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges needs a book,
I don't know
though.
if he has a book.
I hope he does. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out with quickness. Speaking of quickness, Jack White recently recorded the fastest recorded record ever.
Wow.
White recorded a live performance, pressed it to vinyl, and had it available in store in under 4 hours.
Really?
Serious?
When was that?
This was on the 19th. He took the stage with his band at 10 a.m. and at Third Man Records in Nashville, and played a track from his upcoming solo album, as well as a B-side cover of Elvis Presley's Power of Love, which totally sounds like a Hendrix song.
Yeah.
Both songs were cut and the masters were sent to the United Record Pressing to make 45s with pics from the performance, and the event broke the Guinness World Record formerly set by Swiss polka trio Vulgus Compani, who issued their album live on August 16th in 2008, and the day after they recorded it, they released it.
That's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Pretty cool, Jack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Love me some Jack
Jack
White.
White is such a cool kid.
I know.
Yes.
I would like to see his Third Man Records in Nashville. Y'all were talking earlier about going up to Nashville to record y'all's next album.
Yeah,
you guys should definitely check it out. I hear there's a giant bear in there. Not a live one, but still.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
Yeah.
That's inspiration.
Yeah. And I'm curious to see what Jack gets in terms of more artists, because he had Seasick Steve that he did an album with, and I think Seasick Steve's just awesome. I mean, dude was a hobo by the age of 14 and has traveled around to like more countries than anywhere, playing on guitars. Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's fantastic. He's like 68 or something now, and he's just been a traveling wanderer his whole life, playing on guitars that he makes himself out of, like, you know, hubcaps, cans of corn, and strings, and
That's cool.
you know, play slide and all this kind of stuff. And you know, sometimes his strings are just like he's got 3 strings on his guitar, and he just recently, it was just like 5 years ago, I want to say, that he went on to a European radio, or not a radio, but a European TV show or something like that, and played a song called the Doghouse Blues or something like that, and then he just exploded. And then everybody, now he plays with Jack White and John Paul Jones, and you know, just tons of people, you know, have tried to get at him, because his first I think it's something Doghouse, I'd have to look up the name again, but he recorded it all in his kitchen with his son, you know, on A-track or whatever it is, some sort of, you know, tape.
That's
and
cool.
It's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love
That's
it.
cool.
I was playing it back and forth for weeks.
That's awesome.
Definitely check him out. He's really cool.
What's his name again?
Seasick Steve.
Seasick Steve. I like the alliteration.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
And his, I mean, you know, I've watched, you know, tons of videos, interviews with him and stuff like that, and he's just the most down-to-earth, chill dude, hilarious, just a funny guy, just very interesting.
That's
So,
really cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
And he's always trying to get sponsorships from John Deere. He just wants
Really?
a John Deere tractor. That's
That is
all.
awesome. I mean, really, that's all Roscoe's ever wanted, too. John Deere sponsorship. I just want to slap a John Deere sticker on the side of our trailer.
I think we actually might
Mississippi.
have one.
Do we?
I think so.
Yeah, we've developed quite a plethora of stickers. On
Yeah,
the
you know,
trailer.
one day, I mean, that's my main goal, is to just have to be self-sustaining and have a farm and live out on the farm, you know, raise a family that way, you know, kind of be like Neil Young and have a recording studio in a barn.
Well, hey, then maybe a John Deere sponsorship would be a good
There you
thing.
go.
Yeah.
You know,
Tractors.
every
days.
farmer needs a good tractor, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, I'm all for that. I want a little spot out in the country, too.
Yeah.
I've got some family who live out in, like, the Latimer area,
Mm-hmm.
and it's one of my favorite places to go to. I mean, it's so quiet. A lot of
Peaceful.
places around here, you've got, like, the Air Force Base and the casinos. The lights from the casinos are just killer on Star Life.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got the promenade in D'Iberville that's up and coming and is always bustling. You know, it always sounds like there's a shuttle about to take off, just in the desk, like
Oh, yeah.
idling.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
I live right in the path of the airport, so all the planes fly right over my house every day.
Keesler or Gulfport.
Gulfport.
Yeah,
So it makes it kind of hard to record at my house. I kind of have to do it, and you know, like, okay, that was an airplane. It's going to give me at least an hour, maybe.
Mhm.
You know?
Sometimes airplanes can be cool, though, in recordings.
And then there's a train track that's like
Trains
not
can be
even
cool.
a few yards back. So get train whistles in there, airplanes, helicopters, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's a similar place. Have you heard of Kewanee, Mississippi? It's, I think, east, like 30 miles east of Meridian. I might be wrong. I'm directionally challenged. It's either north, south, east, or west of Meridian, 30 miles. And it's like you were saying, just super peaceful. No noise out there. I
Yeah.
think the population is like 60 or something. And
Mhm.
all they have is Kewanee One Stop. It's just a little truck stop where you can either get a burger or, you know, whatever convenience you might need, you know, medicine, or they have slot machines
Just
in the
case
gas
you got an
station as
apron
well,
for
in case you
doing
got
a
an
little
apron for
gambling.
some gambling. And that's all they have there, in like a little antique store called Simmons and Wright Company, and that's it. That's all I got to offer. But it's just so peaceful. I love it.
That's where your family grew up.
Yeah,
on
my
mom's side,
mom's
right?
side grew up there.
Yeah, we wrote a song about Kiwani too, in our separate project from Rosco called M and Me.
Mm-hmm.
And matter of fact, we're gonna be playing down there at Lynn Meadows this Saturday. What time are we playing?
4:30, I think.
Yep, 4:30.
And then Rosco plays at 9.
Yeah, 9 o'clock. So that's gonna be cool.
So has the side project been taken off? Because that's a new development, right?
Yeah, it's very new.
Yeah, it's pretty new.
I think this will be our fourth or fifth show we've played coming up here. And it seems to be doing pretty well. We're actually doing Robin Roberts is coming to Cat Island Coffee House in Pass Christian for a book signing.
Yeah.
And the owners Sean and Scott are super cool there, and
Great people.
invited Jason and I to play as him and me for the book signing. So
Neat.
we had to.
Yeah, maybe Good Morning America might be there.
Yeah,
So,
they say Good Morning America will be there, so that might be cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
But yeah, it's fun. I think it's important to keep the creative inspiration flowing. We're all dedicated to Rosco, first of all, of course.
And then Emily has her band Della Memorial.
With Della.
Yeah. Let's hear a little bit about that.
Well, I've been recording right down the street in Ocean Springs with this producer, Derek Pardo, and it's a 3-piece right now. Me and Josh Smith and Pat McKinley, the bass player and drummer from Rosco. And it's just kind of, we've just recently incorporated synth into it, and it's kind of like a jazzy indie rock band, I guess. I don't know, I don't like genres. But we're in the process of wrapping up recording. We're putting a 6-song EP out, and I'm super excited about it.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
What?
That was a mosquito.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now that the weather's gone through, I was hoping like everything would just, all the bugs that I don't like, I was hoping they would just like move and
Go
go away.
someplace else.
Yeah,
Going back into hibernation, maybe.
exactly. Like I will put as many glaciers into the ocean as necessary if it means mosquitoes going away forever.
And they're getting bigger too, from what I understand.
Oh yeah, the pterodactyl mosquitoes, they're on the way.
They are on the way.
Jason and I actually almost, we've talked about having a punk band.
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'm going to play drums in that one.
Yeah, we have so many ideas, man. Emily's a prophetic songwriter. She writes a song like every day.
Oh, no.
And so yeah, we're definitely down to try whatever comes out, regardless if we're trying to make money off of it. In the end, that's not really what it's about. It's about just being honest and letting the music come out.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been fortunate enough to be able to be self-sustaining from that, for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah, we're still living with our parents right now, but we can pay bills, and hopefully by the end of this year, we should be on a new record label.
Slow and steady wins the race. That's
Yes,
what I keep
that's
telling
right,
myself.
That's right, we're the Turtles. So, but yeah, it's all about just being honest and letting it come out.
And you were talking earlier about y'all might be trying to do like a house studio or something like that, like a place just to.
It'd be nice if we could, We haven't had the finances for it yet, but hopefully soon we will.
Yeah.
And I would actually even love to have a studio in Gulfport, like a really, really nice one that I could record my stuff at, and then all the other local artists, that I know, could come in and do it for an affordable amount. That's always the problem, just having enough money to record.
Mm-hmm.
But, I love recording. And I've been doing it since I was 18 years old. How old am I? 29? No, yeah, 29, right?
You're 29?
No, I'll be 29
You're
this year.
28. Don't age yourself.
I always do that. I'm always jumping the gun. But yeah,
Oh, man.
I'll be 29
I
this
still
year.
think I'm 23. I just turned 25. I'm like still, for some reason, I'm stuck on 23. Like I started the denial process at that age.
Hey, man, it happens.
Yeah. I think my 22nd birthday was really depressing because I wasn't 21 anymore, and I knew that every birthday from here on for the rest of my life would be anticlimactic.
That's what you're living
You're
up
going to
to.
be so excited when you get that senior citizen discount at age
Right.
65. You
Right.
just hang on there.
I
That's what we're
know.
shooting for.
I need to stop jumping the gun. Oh, man.
Yeah, my one of my friends, Daniel Cavanaugh, recently had his birthday, and he's like, "Yeah, next year I'm gonna be in my late 20s officially." He's bummed about that.
Yeah.
No reason to.
Well, this means you got more stories to tell.
That's right. That's right. Got more knowledge in your head.
I like to mess with Jason, though, because he's 3 years older. And so I say, when I'm
You're almost 30.
when I'm 67, you'll be 70. I'm 77, you'll be 80.
And that's fine.
I just like to mess with you.
Y'all heard the Beatles song, When I'm 64? Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that tune.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about bugs just a second ago and breaking records. Jack White speeding through records and whatnot. There is a bug that just beat the fastest land animal record in the world.
Snap.
Mm-hmm. It's the Parateratosomus macropalalipus.
Wow, that's a huge
Wow.
word, man.
Mm-hmm.
Good-
I didn't
good
pronounce
job.
it correctly. No, don't congratulate me. A lot of times I just say something and I just hope it goes. Like, nobody will look into it. Like, no doctors are listening to the show.
It was convincing. You sounded indulgent. You sounded
Yeah,
really indulgent.
very intelligent.
Yeah, I usually burst my own bubble after I make attempts on those scientific things. But yeah, this little California mite can run up to 322 body lengths per second. So just imagine if you could run 322 times your own body length.
A second.
Mm-hmm.
That's
The cheetah can only run 166 body lengths per second,
Holy cow.
which is still pretty impressive.
A second? That doesn't even seem possible.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So what's the fastest human?
A human would have to run 1,300 miles per hour to match the speed of the mite.
I can take it.
You can take it?
Oh, yeah.
Or you could just step on it. Like, it's relative to body size, so
Right.
even if it broke its record for its own species, you could still take like one stride and squish it. So it's got nothing on your shoe.
Ain't got nothing on my stomach.
Are y'all TV fans? Do y'all have any TV shows that you're following right now?
My parents just got Netflix, and so I've been watching an unhealthy amount of movies and TV
Wow.
series. My TV series choice right now is New Girl with Zooey Deschanel. Jason has been watching it with me.
It's a good program. I dig it.
It's a good program.
I dig it. I dig it. No, I like it. I like it.
I really like Zooey Deschanel. I feel like
I'm
we
more of a
have
sci-fi guy myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're a little different on that. But
I've been hearing in the sci-fi realm that the Star Wars cast is being assimilated for the new installment or whatever it is.
Yeah, I saw a picture of that where they're all sitting around
Yeah,
comfy chairs
yeah,
discussing.
yeah. It's like the new and the old cast apparently.
Yeah.
They got together. I'm excited that J.J. Abrams has the helm of the wheel for this because I watched all of Lost.
Uh-huh.
Love it.
Is that who's...
Lost
Okay.
is great.
Mhm. Yeah, J.J. Abrams is he did another show. We're gonna find out. We're gonna give J.J. Abrams full credit here with the internet.
Right on. The
J.J.
power.
Abrams. He does a lot of good movies too. Oh yeah, Star Trek. He did
Oh,
Star
cool.
Trek. Yeah.
The
And-
recent ones? Or...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So he did the original one. He did Fringe. That's the other television series, and that I never watched it. Super 8, Alias, Mission Impossible 3.
Right on.
So he's got a good track record. I'm a believer in
I
old
dig
Abrams. Cloverfield. Let's see. So yeah, he's got a good track record on him. So we'll see what he does.
Cool.
Should be good.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Did y'all ever watch Breaking Bad?
No,
I got into it a little bit.
I've only seen one episode. My dad really got into that show, and
Most of the band has really gotten into that show.
I still want to watch it from the first episode to the end because everyone I've talked to has fallen in love with it
Yeah,
immediately.
apparently it's one of the best shows of last year and this year. I don't know. I don't even know what season they're on, but
Oh, they're done.
they're done
Sorry,
with it.
I was
Okay.
trying to
They
look
finished.
candid. I got really nervous when you held the camera up, and I was like trying to pretend that I didn't see it, and I got a little distracted.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do that when
Had
I
one of
sing,
those,
too.
what I do with my hands
Yeah.
moments.
I do that when I sing, too, with Rosco. I'm like, oh, God. I just avoid eye contact with the camera. And, of course, Jason and Jen both look, awesome in every stage shot.
It's not true.
It's so true.
not true.
Don't deny it.
It's not true.
I have this, perma bitch face.
And that's not true either.
I do.
It's not true.
I'm going to have to practice
Lies.
smiling in front of the mirror more often.
No. You're fine, man. You're good.
Yeah, I usually just try to do it and just let people go with it. Sometimes people want to make poses. I've never been a poser person.
No.
Yeah.
Even that statement just
I've never been a poser person.
No, me neither, brother.
I don't know. Back when cameras first started coming around and people would go into indigenous cultures and try to take their picture and they'd freak out because they were like, oh, my soul's being taken.
Right.
It feels a lot I cringe when I see family portraits of nice suits and hugs and I don't know if you've ever seen the books. It's the 100 most awkward family photos ever,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
families laying on top of
top
each
of
other's
each other.
back.
Oh my gosh, yes, that's awesome. I know that Trinity Portraits was a thing at the mall, at Edgewater Mall in Biloxi for a while. Did you ever see that booth?
Mm-mm.
It was right across from Annie Ann's Pretzels. It's something different now, but when it was Trinity Pictures, it was just pure gold. It was a father putting his hands around a sunshine in the sky, and then his family was in the sunshine.
It was pretty cool.
It was amazing.
I recently went with my family to take my niece to get her Easter pictures, and you would think that's a cute ordeal. It's not
Right.
cute. It's
It's kind of
it's an
scary,
ordeal.
Huh?
They gave her a bunny, and the picture they picked was her looks like she's trying to pet the bunny, but the bunny's head is smushed between her lap and her head. But she's cute, yeah, for sure.
Right.
But I just see the picture, I'm like, man, poor bunny.
Well,
Yeah.
I was in the mall the other day with him, and we were walking by the Easter portraits where they had a place where they actually had a guy dressed up in an Easter costume, and the baby's just screaming, just petrified. And I'm like, why would you do that to your child?
Well, we all did it, and it's scary, and I think I realized why it's scary. It's because they have these giant eyeballs that don't blink, and they're just, staring at you. Same way with clowns. I think that's what makes them scary. Their eyes don't blink, and they're
So.
giant.
They're giant. Yeah, they're huge.
I mean, if a person looked at you like that and didn't blink, I'd be scared of them, too.
I do that a lot from time to time.
I like to do that on stage, really creep people out.
Yeah, Donnie Darko ruined me for Easter Bunny pictures. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Maybe.
I'm loading something up real quick. There's a...
Yeah, check that out.
There it is. That's the one.
I wish all of you listening could see this.
Poor
because it's
kid.
Funny.
What,
Poor innocent child.
can they sue that bunny for detaining that girl?
I don't know, man. Probably not. It's probably something.
I don't know why, but my phone is not cooperating with I get to the pictures, but then it won't. Can you, Emily? Can you type in Easter Bunny pictures gone wrong?
Yes.
And just go into images. There's one in particular, but I'm seeing all kinds of good stuff regardless. Hey,
Oh,
perfect timing. We're in
Thank you
a middle
so
of a little
much.
break.
And I brought you guys some tea as well.
Okay, yeah.
Because I heard you guys are.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
He got
you.
it for you. Hurry.
Yeah, I brought you guys some tea from home. That's lemon honey.
I think we're good. Thank you.
What kind of tea is this?
It's from it's called Wee Ye.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, don't quote me on it, but it's a company based out of Austin, Texas, and it's like an immune booster, antioxidant infused tea.
W-Y-I.
Yeah, but I dig it, and
That was very good.
Emily told me y'all were feeling a little under the weather, and I brought some with me. So
Did you really?
yeah,
That's so nice.
Yeah,
That's what this is.
I was working for holidays. I was doing a little retail gig, and they had a gourmet food aisle, and they have tons of awesome teas from Sri Lanka and California and China and all this kind of stuff. So
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you so
Really,
much,
really
man.
thoughtful.
Tastes so good. That's great.
Delicious.
Delicious. It's happening now. Oh man, there's so much goodness.
Of course, this could just be an old photo, and like the resolution doesn't exist back then. But you get the idea. Imagine that, but clearer.
Oh man, it's the eyes.
Yeah.
Man.
It's got like cat eyes.
It looks like an
Creepy.
alien.
Easter bunny cat eyes.
No, that's like alien eyes.
It's demented looking.
Yeah, that's creepy. Whoever came up with the Easter Bunny idea, anyways, you know.
I mean,
Jesus.
If I was
I
a
guess so,
mom,
right?
I wouldn't send my kid to sit on that thing.
Speaking of Jesus.
Speaking of Jesus.
What you got there?
I haven't dived into this yet, but I like to go to the libraries around here, and I just joined the Jackson County Library. I usually go to the Harrison County, but I've been going there for CDs. Jackson County has a lot of good CDs, and I've pretty much depleted all the CD options in Harrison County. Forgot who it is. Past Christian, yeah, they have a great CD collection. And I joined Jackson County to get some Lightning Hopkins CDs and some Booker White, or I probably pronounced that wrong. Booker White.
Booker White?
Yeah, and I walked in there to pick up a CD, and there was this.
Coffee with Jesus.
Yep. And I said, I got to know what this is about.
Radio Free Babylon presents Coffee with Jesus.
Yeah, and it's, from what I can tell, it's just a strip, and it's like all these like 1950s and 60s like clean-cut families and business suits like sitting down for breakfast at their tables and having very just like, how you doing, Jesus? And then Jesus says some stuff, I guess, and I don't know. It looks pretty good, though. I'm just going to flip through it. I got a friend of mine who's real into, he likes comic books and stuff, so I thought it'd be an interesting piece just to like go through and see with him.
And how old is that? When was that?
It was written by David Wilkie, and
I saw
copyright
one
2013. So
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
it's
recent.
pretty new.
pretty recent, yeah.
That's cool, though.
Take
You should
a
read
gander.
one of the strips out
Would
of
you
it.
like me to read one of the strips?
Yeah, that'd be
Sure,
cool.
why not?
This one is called Dead Serious. And here's the old 50s looking man in a business suit saying, "Back then, in Bible times, did you have a sense of humor, Jesus?" Jesus says, "Nope. Walked around serious and somber. Once in a while, I could muster a weak smile when kids came up to me, or puppies." Businessman says, "Bummer, I'd always thought you were fully human as well as being fully God. Wait, you're playing with me, aren't you, J-Man?" He says, "Gotcha, Carl. So a Catholic and a Baptist walk into a bar. Stop me if you've heard this one." Ba-dum-tsh. Pretty good.
That's funny. Hours of entertainment on that one.
Here's one
Yeah.
called Knock Knock. The businessman says, "Knock knock. The door is open, Kevin. Please come in." "No, you're supposed to say, 'Who's there?' Jesus." "Yeah, that kind of goes against my nature. I've never been any good at this game." It's witty.
Oh, man, that's funny.
It's pretty funny.
Have y'all come across any good books that y'all been reading lately?
Yeah, I've been reading one called Creative Loop. I forget the name of the author, but it's about what makes the brain a mind, what controls the creative processes of your brain. You know, there's the whole left brain and right brain thing. And I'm definitely more right-brained. Not good at math or any of that. But it's pretty interesting. It's one I found in a thrift store on tour. That's where I've gotten most of my books as of late. And I've been finding these little old notes from, it was obviously used in a college class. People have highlighted and stuff
That's
and written
cool.
notes, which is cool. Yeah. But it's good. I like it.
None that I can think of right now.
You're reading the Neil Young one, actually, aren't you?
I was,
you were?
but I haven't read it in some time now. It's mainly for like when we're on the road, you know, in the van. Then I just pick it up and keep it going. Because when we're in the van for like 5 or 6 hours straight, you know, or plus that, we've been in the van for 24 hours straight one time, going from Chicago to El Paso. And, yeah, you got to have something to read or something to do, you know. And recently Josh Smith, the bass player, his brother and him, Tyler, they installed USB chargers. So now we can charge our phones while we're going down the highway as well, which is good for us, you know, because it's always nice to have our phone, play a game on it or something like that to pass the time.
What would we do without technology? We'd have to actually talk, have sparkling conversations.
Talk to each other. Gee whiz.
Well, hey, there's a good game that I just found recently for smartphones that very much encourages talking. It's called Space Team.
Space Team.
Yeah, what you do is you download the game, and then using Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, you hook up with one, you know, up to 4 people, and then what happens is you've got a ship that's going across, and you're trying to project yourself forward before you get into like a ball of fire or whatever, and everybody has an individual control panel, and you press buttons and turn knobs and set gauges, and instructions flash up on the screen, and that's it, and instructions flash up on the screen, and you yell to each other, and you say, set your neutron tractor to 3 and turn off your panel engager and all this kinds of things. And meanwhile, asteroids will come, and someone will see an asteroid come in and say, asteroid shake, and everybody shakes their phone, and everybody has to do it so you avoid the asteroid. And then goo will drop on your panel, and you got to rub it off so you can see your instructions and all this stuff, and your panels will fall off and hinge, and you got to like pick it up and put it back into place. And you know, you're just shouting at each other and yelling, and
I'm downloading.
I like
right
stuff
now.
like that.
Yeah.
I really like the game Balderdash. Have you ever played that?
Is it like Temple Run or something like that, or?
No, it's actually a board game. It's not an app or anything, but it's you have the different categories, and one of them is acronyms, and there's like books and movies, and what are the other ones? I don't remember.
Sure.
But acronyms is my favorite, and what you do is everyone gets a card and has the same acronym on it, and they're all really obscure acronyms and definitions and movie titles that most people haven't heard of, and you either the person who is discarding everything writes the real acronym and the meaning of everything, while everyone else writes, either if they know it, which mostly they don't, they write that, or they write their most convincing idea of what it could be. So, like, ACPR could be some organization in Ohio. Then I would think of, like, ACPR. Association of Cats Playing...
Racquetball.
Racquetball,
Yeah.
exactly, stuff like that, and it's just really funny. I wish we could play Balderdash in the van, but that would get messy with all the cards and the board pieces.
Can't do Monopoly and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Catchphrase is a really good one that doesn't require any pieces.
We do Mad
We
Libs.
do Mad Libs,
Yeah.
We do Mad Libs every now and then. That's really fun and usually gets dirty. But
Because it lands on the floor, right?
because our van is so dirty.
I've been playing this game, Plants vs. Zombies.
Zombies, yeah.
You play that?
I've
seen
watched people, and I've read about it a ton of times because it's so popular.
It's pretty addictive. I mean, it passes the time.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what we need when we're in the van.
There was this one show. Where were we driving from when we went to El Paso, Texas?
From Chicago, right?
We were driving. Was it Chicago?
You're talking about the 24-hour run?
It was like a 25-hour drive straight.
Yeah.
And was that the one where you were sick, or you took Z-Quil? He took like
You're
three
talking about to try to go to sleep.
yeah.
Yeah, but I was already on something that was stimulating me. I think it was like a 5-hour, and yeah, bad mix. You know, but it wasn't out of my system yet, and so I, took that to go to sleep, and thinking in my brain, oh well, if I up the dose, this will definitely put me under.
I was like, Jason, don't do that.
And she warned me. She
Don't
said,
do
no,
that.
don't do that. And so everything was slow-mo for a while, but I survived.
It was really fun to watch, though.
Yeah, she enjoyed watching me on that one.
And like, he would open the door for people, and it was just like. I added the sound effect for people who can't see me. So that was me opening door very slowly.
And that's what a music career will do for you folks.
There you go.
Sound clip professional.
Sound clip. Yeah. sound clip professional.
Thank goodness, like, when you combine those two kinds of chemicals, like, it doesn't, like, alternate every, like, 10 minutes, you know? Can you imagine doing a show, like super hyper and then, like, just tired?
Down.
It's like, ooh, we better have a balanced set list tonight.
Yeah,
Right.
I know, right? Try to plan for that
That'd
one.
be interesting.
Oh, man, that was a hard rundown.
Yeah, that one we had to go to El Paso that took 24 hours to get there. We actually played a detention center, you know, because the Mexican border is right there, and a lot of the people who were in the detention center had once lived in Mexico and lived in like crazy conditions, and that was a really cool experience. But it was weird because we were all running on just E. We were just right there, hadn't gotten to sleep. We were in the van. Like, all right, let's be motivational, talk to these kids.
Yeah.
So,
I really enjoyed that. That was
that was a cool experience.
Yeah.
I really liked that too. It was funny. It was kind of a Q&A, like play a song, and then if a kid has a question, you answer it. And one of the kids, you know, Jackson was there, and he has the dreads. And the kid was like, "Do you like Bob Marley?" Because you have dreads.
Kid,
Question he gets
you gonna
asked
burn
about.
something tonight?
You're gonna burn something.
Get out of here, kid.
That was so funny.
Quote of the night. Yeah, that was a good run though. I think we're supposed to be doing something at another national park soon too.
National park?
Yeah, like that was at a national park. It
Oh,
was
was
really
it?
nice because it was overlooking this beautiful mountain range, which they had beautiful lights on it. And when it got dark, we started playing right around 5, and then the sun was setting, and it was awesome. Even though we were exhausted, but you know, you push on through that.
Sometimes being exhausted makes it even that more incredible. You know, delusional states.
True,
Mhm.
very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
You're right.
Yep.
It does happen.
Y'all played around Denver? Any?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played Denver actually. We had a lot of fun in Denver when we played. We went to this arcade bar.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. Is it a kung fu looking arrangement? Is there like logo, a martial artist or something?
think
on
so.
the
I
side?
don't know. I don't remember. I remember
so.
it had a huge. What's the game where you take the pieces of wood out, or Jenga?
Yeah.
They had a huge Jenga in the back of the bar. I remember that.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That was so fun.
I was the reason I said that is because I found an arcade bar in Austin, Texas once, and it had a martial artist. So I think I was thinking of Denver for that, but
It could
I don't
have.
know. But they were a chain arcade thing, so they probably have one in Denver too, I would think. But one of our friends, Ryan Vanskyver, who was one of the co-hosts who did the open mics here for comedy with us, with me and Daniel, he just got into Denver today. He moved there this week.
That's awesome.
And so he's going to start doing like full swing comedy stuff
Oh,
That's
wow.
cool.
up there. And he actually got delayed from the weather. He went up to Hattiesburg, and then the tornadoes and all that stuff came through.
Gee whiz.
But he's hilarious. So I
Are
think
you doing
he's gonna,
stand-up
Mm-hmm.
I
Here.
saw him.
Yeah, on Monday nights at around 8 o'clock.
over at the grocery?
Right here.
Here,
Right here?
yeah. You were doing it last Thursday, right? What was it? Or
Mondays.
recently?
Every Mondays.
Monday, okay.
Yeah. We've
Yeah.
been doing it every Monday since Martin Luther King Day. When
Okay.
we first had it. Because
Oh.
we're about freedom of speech and shit.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I'll have to come catch you, because,
Yeah.
yeah, you've been doing it for a while, because when we both went to college
Uh-huh.
at Southern in Hattiesburg, and I think the first time I saw you do stand-up was at the Martini spot in Hattiesburg. Did you do it there?
I've never did it.
Did you drink a martini there?
Yeah, that's where you and I met. Was at the.
I was drinking a martini there, too. So,
Yeah,
cool.
I was there to scope it out, and because I think they have like the Hub City comedy thing and all that, and we've
Right.
been kind of networking with them and all that kind of stuff. And there's a guy, his name's Derek. I think I don't know. Daniel told me he was coming down from either Mobile or Hattiesburg. I think it's Hattiesburg, though. So he's probably with the Comedy Hub. But we're going to perform tomorrow night. I'm going to play guitar and promote the Diverville Crawfish Festival that's happening next Saturday. And then they're going to do stand-up there. And so, yeah.
Cool.
It's going to be cool.
Groceries on Thursday, here on
That's what I
Mondays.
was thinking. Groceries Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to come catch you.
Yeah, absolutely.
For here, it's pretty much going to fall into Daniel's hands for the most part because I work nights a lot of time, and also, like, just as of lately, like, when we first started off, I just went full-fledged, like, into comedy mode, and, like, I wrote for 2 years before I even went up on stage. Like, I just got super prepared and all this stuff and had an arsenal.
That's good, though.
And, but once I started doing it, I found that I was writing music less, I was playing a lot less, and the festival, the Iberville Festival's coming up, and practicing for that and stuff like that. I just haven't written any material really, or even concepts or anything like that. So I don't know. It's just I feel like I can't really diverge between the podcast, actual work, music, and then
you got your job.
Yeah, all that stuff. I just music's more top priority. So. But I try to come here just to be another person to go up on stage and encourage things and support it and all that kind of stuff. So, it's hit or miss. I might come every other weekend or something if I can. Yeah. And just throw out a couple of one-liners or something like that.
That's cool.
That's good, though.
That's cool. I was telling him earlier, I give props to people who can talk on stage, because singing to me is so much easier than talking, because you actually have to think on the spot when you talk, and I'm not good at that.
I think you're good at it.
No, at a Della show when we first started, I was playing at SOS back when that was in Ocean Springs, and I told a joke. It was one of those that takes like 5 minutes to tell, and no one laughed. There was probably like 20-something people out there watching, which is really nerve-wracking for me enough because it was right when I started playing in front of people. And, you could hear a pin drop. But then when I said, I guess I should just stick to singing, then people laughed. So they took pity on me, I guess.
Yeah, those take a lot of investment. The long-haul jokes, that really build up. I did, like, my second set at the grocery for stand-up. I did a bit on, it was Christmas time, and I wrote this bit on how Jesus and Santa Claus were created in the same meeting by, like, government officials or whatever.
Oh, God.
And the whole premise of the joke is, like, these two guys who are talking back and forth, and, like, the first guy's talking about Santa Claus. He's basically inventing Santa Claus to make kids be good, right. And he's describing all the characteristics of Santa Claus. And it's like me, the first 2 minutes of just me talking about, like, nothing's really funny. It's just kind of me explaining this conversation. And, like, halfway into it, after realizing, like, nothing about it is funny in that first 2 minutes of explanation, I was just like, oh, God, I hope when I get to the good part that, like, it actually is good as I'm hoping it is. And then, so after the Santa Claus part, then they start trying to figure out how to make adults be good, so they invent Jesus. And then it's like the same exact character, like it's almost the identical conversations that they have about Santa Claus, with just small variances between here and there. And
Did they get it?
Yeah, after I got done, like, I actually got, like, a whole room, like, applause and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, yeah. Like, that was the best comedy moment I had so far. So, awesome. And it was, like, the long, drawn-out thing, like, work went into it and all this stuff.
If you can do that, then you can do anything.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that takes the most courage, really. Yeah. I mean, I think stand-up comedians, that takes the most courage.
Yeah. I wish you guys could have seen Ryan perform. I mean,
Ryan Moore?
Ryan Van Sciver.
Okay.
He, the one who just moved to Denver. Because he'll just get up on stage and just start talking. Like, he'll have small concepts or, like, no concepts at all. And, like, but he's just very good at just talking, without rambling, too much. And, just kind of drawing the crowd in slowly. And, so, cool. I mean, he's just really good at it. Him and Daniel are, the best as far as I know around here.
Do you know, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Do you know Brittany Purvis from Iceberg?
I'm better with faces. I might recognize the face.
Okay, she was one of my good friends in Hattiesburg, and she's a stand-up comedian still. I believe she's doing that. And she had that way about her, too. She was just, her delivery was really on point. And she made me laugh a lot. You should check her out. Do you ever go to Hattiesburg anymore?
I have not been since I graduated. I've been meaning to. I've got a friend who is the manager at Patio 49 or something like that, Louis Pino, and he was asking me if I wanted to do a show there on a weekend or a Sunday or something like that, come up and do an acoustic set. And, they've got open mics that Daniel and Ryan have both gone up to for comedy. And, I've been wanting to go up there just to maybe do a podcast with the Hub City guys and do a set up there and see Louis and maybe do a show or something like that. But
Yeah.
I've yet to really get a chance to go up,
You should, yeah. I know another place, a really awesome place there is... Did you ever go to Thirsty Hippo?
Yeah, loved it.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
And Della plays there every now and then, and Rosco does too. But I actually played... They had an open mic night there, and I played some of my songs from Della, and that's how Brad, the owner, inquired about Della playing there. But it used to be like a tiny little kind of a hole-in-the-wall place.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty cool, though, because they had this back patio area that had all these vines and stuff growing all over the brick walls, and a lot of people grew to love it. And I saw some of my favorite bands there. Color Revolt. Have you ever listened to Color Revolt? They're still one of my favorites. They're really great. Mattresses Underwater is a great song of theirs. And they just changed locations, though. It's a little more like restaurant-esque now, but they when the bands come to play, they clear all the tables out and it turns into a venue. They actually just built a new stage on the back of the restaurant part, which is really, really, really cool. So Thirsty Hippo is a really cool spot to check out in Iceberg.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love the Hippo. And the Keg and Barrel, that was another place that I liked.
Oh, yeah. Spent many a nights at the Keg.
Mm-hmm.
I got some jokes for you.
Oh, please. Go for it.
What do you call a bear in the rain?
I don't know. What?
A drizzly bear.
Gosh. That's good, though.
That's
I
Jackson
dig that.
Weldon, mandolin player of Rosco. I'll give him credit for that. Also for this one. What do you call a man with a shovel?
Well, I don't know what.
Doug. What do you call a man without a shovel?
Douglas.
Yes.
Yes!
Very good.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a comedy master. Well, dang, Jackson needs to come out and do an open mic with us.
Right?
There you go.
Yeah.
No, we actually, there was one of those really long runs. We had a pun war in the van, and just for probably like 13 hours straight, just puns. Food puns. We give them
Emily's
categories.
the best at puns.
I love puns.
She's so
I
good
love
at
puns.
them.
Give me a category. Throw me a word. I'll give you a pun.
Throw you a word or category?
Category and or word.
Chalkboard was the first thing that came to my mind. Is that anything that you can work with, or am I terrible at this game?
That's tough.
Maybe not a compound word.
Okay. Box.
Box. Let me think. Give me two syllables. Sorry,
Okay,
I'm being
okay.
so specific.
I was about to give you umbrella, but that
Okay.
definitely... Oh,
No,
does that
I
work?
like
Okay.
I like ones that have to. Yeah, let me think. Okay, y'all talk about something while I'm thinking, and then I'll come back.
So one time it was raining, I used an umbrella, and my day was pretty good after that.
It got a lot better.
Yeah. What do you call a man without an umbrella?
Umbrellas.
That's right. I'm pretty much a comedy master.
Oh no! That's awesome.
I think we're throwing her off.
Okay, y'all keep going.
We're going to let the bird take over for a little bit. So I'm just now noticing these icicles that are around the trees that are dripping down.
Oh yeah, those are super cool.
Yeah.
So school's starting soon. Did y'all hear the umbrella ring? That was kind of a stretch.
That was good.
Maybe not. Maybe a different word.
Okay.
Give me a fruit or a vegetable.
Fruit. Apricot.
Shit, I think I've heard her
That's a
do
good
this one
one.
before.
Now I'm going to be thinking of what I can do with it. Of course, I won't do that. I won't do that to y'all. Let's see. There's got to be fun facts I can throw at you here. Oh, you got one? Okay, here it is.
So, you know, April and Barbara, they both tried out for football.
I like where this is going.
And Barbara didn't do it, but April did, because April caught the ball.
Oh, well done. See, she's
Very good.
So, like, hours of that happened. And by the end of it, I think we had a few of the people in the van wanting to strangle us. Those of us who were still doing it.
If y'all ever have... Y'all usually travel with, like, a crew of at least, like, 6, right?
Oh, yeah. 7, 8 usually.
You guys should play Killers and Villagers.
Killers and Villagers.
Fantastic game. It's a psychological mystery party game. I actually wrote a blog about it, and it's up on Coastal Noise. But the premise is the more people, the better. And so, let's say you've got a group of 10 or whatever. You write on pieces of paper. You get 10 pieces of paper, and on 8 pieces, it's better to have 2 killers to keep things cool, fair and even. And the rest are villagers. And you write them down on piece of papers. Everybody draws. They get a roll. And then you have the night stage and the day stage. During the day stage, everybody votes. You analyze, you question each other, you interrogate one another, and you try to figure out, you take a vote on who you think the killer is, and then you eliminate them. Once that person's eliminated, then they just become an observer for the rest of the game. Then you have the night phase where everybody goes to sleep. The 2 killers lift their heads up so they can see who each other is. And then if you want to have the option available, you can have them choose someone that they want to pick off. And then the person who's the observer now relays the message, well, this person was killed in the night. And then you wake up and you vote again. And you just keep doing that. And it's great for getting friends to yell at each other and turning you. Because the more you play, the more you understand psychologically how your friends, how they lie.
Yep.
How they tell their stories, what their mannerisms are. A Russian psychology professor named Dmitry Davidov created it, and it just took off in the campus, and now it's world famous.
Sounds
That's cool.
It's unstoppable.
What is it called again?
Unstoppable.
Some people call it Mafia. Some people call it Killers and Villagers.
Killers and Villagers.
But I believe it's originally named Mafia.
Okay.
And there are variations of the game. You can put like doctors and policemen and stuff in it that all have different roles. I just keep it simple: sheep and wolves.
Well, that'd be good for us because I mean, our van it's basically laid out as 8 captain's chairs, and 4 on each side, and so we have a little bit of space to move around, but not much. We're kind of packed in there like sardines, you know. But yeah, I mean, ad-libs is always fun, but that would be a cool game to play on the road.
We need to play more games. We need to interact more.
Well, we interact a lot.
Get everybody off their phones.
True. That would be good.
Sometimes I get really frustrated with technology. It's great. I love technology. I use it all the time.
It is a double-edged sword.
It's like a double-edged sword, yeah.
It is. Yeah. When I was in my last year of college, I just threw my phone in the lake, and just so I could focus on everything that I needed to do. And it was probably one of the best years of my life, except for when I was younger and didn't have a cell phone. It was good.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to just get away from all that,
Yeah. I've thought about so many times of downgrading to just a regular phone, not a smartphone.
Yeah.
I
know it
I don't understand.
I know.
It shouldn't be that difficult,
I think that's something that everyone who has a smartphone, like, that thought has crossed their mind, and people have fantasized about getting just a normal phone, but then it's like, oh no, I could never do that. What would I do? How would I check my Facebook?
Well, I mean,
you'd still have computers, and
Yeah.
you'd have to go places to access things.
Yeah.
But like I use Evernote, and that is like huge for me. That's the most used app that I use.
What's
and
that?
It's just a notepad kind of thing where you can write ideas. I write a lot of that's where a lot of my stand-up material goes and stuff like that. And you can create tags for it for different things. So like that's the interface of it. Like just right there, you can create a note, you can create a sound clip or take pictures. Like I take a lot of business cards. I just take pictures of them and then I put the picture into my business card category. And So I have my tags here. I have articles and readings. I have blogs. I have books to get, books to write, business cards, just random ideas, lyrics, movies and music, one-liners,
That's so cool.
psychological studies, short stories that I've written. Sometimes I keep sleeper logs, like if I'm trying to just recording dreams or something like that. I have tabs for video, blah blah blah, guitar songs.
It's like a more organized
workout
notepad.
logs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but the great thing about it is I type it here and it syncs to here, and then you can also go online and sign in, and it's all right there. So it just fluidly just transitions from one thing to the other.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. I need to
So-
get that. Yeah, because I use the notepad for all that stuff, but
Mhm.
I always like go look for stuff and can't find it.
Yeah.
I need something that categorizes it like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Evernote. That's
And
pretty cool.
I mean, I use it just all the time, and you can post hyperlinks into it and just click on them, and it'll just pull it up online and stuff like that.
Very cool.
So
Awesome.
that, and then, but I mean, besides that, I mean, it's mostly what, like maps, weather,
Yeah.
Facebook, Twitter, mail, calendars. Calendars are huge, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I love being able to put that right in, like at that moment.
Right.
Yeah. Instagram is my weakness. I
Yeah.
Instagram way too much.
I haven't gotten into it.
Yeah. I like it because with Facebook, I get really frustrated. I see people who post these like paragraph long statuses about like passive aggressive ex-boyfriend statuses,
Mm-hmm.
I like Instagram because you can't really do that. You have to say more with the picture than the
Yeah.
caption.
See, I've been in a mental battle of with Facebook, because when I was in probably like my last year of college, I just dropped it for half a year. Like I didn't go on Facebook or anything
I
like
did
that.
too.
Hmm.
And
I did that for like a week.
yeah. And then but after a while, then I started doing like this stuff and music and all that, and I was like, well, this is kind of important.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to play the game as well as everyone else is playing it, then you kind of have to do it.
Yeah.
So Twitter, I like. I'm fine with that, and I'll use that. But as far as Facebook goes, I've pretty much, since I've gotten back on it, I've pretty much just told myself I'm only going to post like things that are related to music, podcasting, blogging, news articles, and stuff like that. Like it's just going to be a very clean cut, like business-y kind of thing.
Yeah.
But more people around here in this area are into Facebook than they are Twitter.
True.
And I have way more people on Facebook than I do on Twitter. So, I don't know. Like, I'm wondering if I should just start saying things on Facebook, But I don't really want to. I don't know why. I guess it's because I left it, like, well
Way
back
back.
ago, and now I'm trying to keep it the way it is, and I just, like, I don't like the idea of people who are, like, constantly living their lives on Facebook. So when they're,
Right.
like, asking me stuff about Facebook, I'm just, like, would rather be like, I don't really get on Facebook.
Yeah.
I mean, I do, but it's more of, like,
Sure.
a lot of times it's just copy and paste from, like, Twitter,
And sharing
or something
stuff.
like
Right.
that.
I mean,
you know?
it is beneficial for on the business side of things.
Yeah.
Music and promotion.
That's all I
stuff
use
like
it
that.
for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. And sometimes I'll get a wild hair and like have the urge to post something about my dream. Like this morning, I did that. I posted this. I heard a sound yesterday. I was in the studio and Pat, our drummer, he ran a stick against these springs and it made this really like reverby.
Uh-huh.
Like ding, 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 noise. I can't imitate the noise, but the noise was in my dream in a song. In my dream.
That's cool.
And I was like really inspired by it, and so I woke up and posted this like paragraph about our sounds the same way as images as far as dreams go. Like images that you see could reappear in your dreams. Do sounds reappear as soundtracks of your dreams? And like I put a lot of thought into the status, and then I posted it, and I was like, you know what? No one's gonna like feel inspired by this, and I deleted it. Just
No.
like, this is not necessary. I'm just gonna keep this as like, hey, come see this band at this time. Keep it,
I
shoot
kind of like
people
what
straight.
Pat does and posts just positive messages, uplifting quotes for people to see. I dig that.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's cool. Just, keep the love spreading around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Pat's a cool guy. He joined our band. Pat McKinley joined our band a couple months ago. And I mentioned earlier he's also the drummer for Della, and he's really been doing great. He had to learn when he joined the band. We had a showcase in Nashville, like a week after he joined.
3 days.
3 days after he joined. So he and Jason worked relentlessly, nonstop.
And Josh, too.
And Josh Smith on these songs, and he is just a sponge. He's
like 18 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours every day for those 3 days just to do this showcase. And we were heading, our showcase was the start of a tour heading to New York. So along the way, when we were in Nashville, we had to practice at this place, in this guy's basement, which was very, very generous of him to, allow us to practice and rehearse there. But yeah, just pushing it to the limit, just trying to cram as much as we could, for these showcases, but the tour kind of got canceled because there was one of those huge storms that blew through, and that blizzard. I don't know if you remember that storm. It was probably about a couple months ago, and that huge blizzard that blew through the top.
Yeah, I think I remember.
Of the United States, yeah. And so it canceled it for us, which, was kind of a good and a bad thing. We're still going back to New York in June for one of our showcases, but gave us more time to work with Pat, And now it's so solid. It's getting even more solid every practice and every show. We just got done playing Lafayette and Double Decker Fest this weekend, the International Fest in Lafayette, and it was just spot on. It was awesome. It's really good.
But he's a really good guy to have on the road with us. He's
positive energy.
Really, got good positive energy.
And they say you can only be as good as your drummer, too. So, he
It's
is
true.
the rhythm section in a large part,
You're only as strong as your weakest link.
Yep.
That's another thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right now, we don't have any weak links, so that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. It can be pretty difficult to keep a band as big as y'all's and have everybody happy and creatively satisfied. No egos stomping on one another and those kinds of things.
Exactly.
I'm afraid of getting more bigger than like a 3 or 4 piece band, Like I'm always just looking for a drummer to drum with and like just go from there, You
got to be able to communicate,
Yeah.
That is the key with any relationship, as you know, and we all have great communication.
Mm-hmm.
And it's taken time. We've been a band now for about 4 years. So and we've gone through different members in the past. And but I guess the original members of the band would be me and Jen, and then it was Jackson, Pat, and Emily and Josh, and then now Pat McGinley. And so I feel like we have a great lineup right now.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of become very familial, and
Yeah.
we all can get on each other's nerves in the van sometimes, but then end of the day we still love each other.
Or we're a family.
Yeah, it's familial.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Very cool. Well, where are you guys going to be next? What's next on the agenda?
We're actually going to be at Lynn Meadows this weekend, Saturday.
Okay.
And MME's going to be there too.
4:30?
4:30, and then we're playing at 9, I think. That's
With
what you
Rosco.
said.
Mm-hmm. And then the weekend after, do you remember, Jason, off the top of your head?
Oh, after that, it's going to be...
Hang on, I got the calendar pulled up right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Damn right you do.
Yeah, you gotta have that calendar.
We'll be in Georgia, Alpharetta, and then Florida.
Yeah.
Then the next couple weekends after that, we'll be in Atlanta, South Carolina, Pennsylvania at the end of next month.
Well, you skipped over Gulfport Music Fest on May 9th.
Oh, yes, May 9th we'll be at Gulfport Music Fest along with Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Nino.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool.
I like big butts. And I cannot lie.
Is there, is that who sings that?
Yeah. Right? Am I right?
Big Bucks?
Yeah,
Big
butt.
Big
Okay.
butts.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Bucks. I was like, that
Isn't-
guy's
isn't-
just ripping somebody off.
Derriers.
I like big derriers.
I want to see you make a pun off of
I like
derriers.
big rear ends. Okay, I can do it. Hang on.
Meanwhile, Jason, is there somewhere people can go to like keep up with y'all's?
You can do RoscoBandana.com, Rosco Bandana at Facebook. We have Twitter, we have Instagram. I think that's about it. And our tour schedule is also on NewFrontierTouring.com. And that's it.
Got the dairy pun.
Let's do it.
Do you like milk?
No.
I messed it up. Bad memory. Hang on. Do you like dairy? There's a good milk store down the road. Dairy, there's a good milk store.
I love this girl. She's awesome.
Well, guys, thanks for coming out and doing it.
Thank you for having us.
I don't know if you guys had to take a boat to get out of where you were or whatever with this weather, but I'm glad you ventured out. I actually had to put my equipment in a boat and take it to a car. So
it's all good. I got that at my personal jet at home. I just flew here.
The van's so dirty just because you've kind of let it go so you can afford the jet.
That's right. I just have it as a backup,
Priorities. Absolutely. Well, we'd love to do it again with y'all sometime. It was a lot of fun. But that's all we got for you at coastalnoise.com. You can check out the rest of the podcast there. The Iberville Crawfish Music Festival starts May 10th. I'll be playing around 1 o'clock. So come check it out. Support a good cause. All right, everybody. Good night.
Good night.